Hi guys, Legend of Old 101 here once again, bringing you another review video, but this time the so far version. So I've only seen up to episodes 1 to 5, so I'm going to give you a quick overview of the show so far. So remember to thumbs this video up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, become part of the legacy, become part of the movement, and press that notification bell, so all the good stuff, and put their comments in the comment section down below. And you know where to find me. Come on, you've been on my channel long enough now. Twitter, Instagram, main 2 places you can find me. Legend of Old 101, all the good places. So let's get into The Stand. So let's do a quick breakdown. So The Stand is an American dark fantasy streaming television miniseries based on the 1978 novel by Stephen King, the man. So, do a quick premise. So The Stand is described as King's apocalyptic vision of the world decimated by plague and embroiled in an elemental struggle between good and evil. So this literally, many people say that he predicted the COVID situation, bro. COVID-19, the pandemic. Because in this book that he made, it says, and basically it was supposed to be like a bad strain of the influenza, which is what COVID-19 is. So the fate of mankind rests on the frail shoulders of the 108-year-old Mother Abagail, and a handful of survivors. Their worst nightmares are embodied by a man with a lethal smile and unspeakable powers, Randall Flagg, the nefarious Dark Man. So that's what they call him throughout the show, the Dark Man. So yeah, its cast is amazing, by the way. This cast, whoo! So it's got boy Cyclops, James Marsden as Stu Redmond, Odessa Young as Franny Goldsmith. So this cast is only stellar just by those two. Owen Teague as Harold Lauder, and Alexander Skarsgård as Randall Flagg, baby. Alexander Skarsgård as Randall Flagg. The Skarsgårds are up in here, baby. Let's go. I'm ready. It's another Stephen King project with the Skarsgård in it. I'm ready. And we've got the inspired pick, Whoopi Goldberg as Mother Abagail. Inspired, indeed. Amber Heard as Nadine Cross. Amber Heard, yeah. The less I need to say about Amber Heard, the better. But she's gonna be all over this review, sadly. Jovan Adepo as Larry Underwood. Henry Zaga as Nick Angelos, Nat Wolff as Lloyd Henry. Nat Wolff is he's a great actor. Nat Wolff is a great actor. Irene Bedard as Ray Brentner, Brad William Henke as Tom Collin, and Greg Kinnear as Glenn Bateman. Greg Kinnear, legend. And we've got some recurring guest stars on here as well, but we'll get to it when we get to it. So remember guys, I've only seen episodes 1 to 5. So yeah, let's get through these episodes. Leg out. So episode 1, so it's called The End. So Josh Boone helped produce this show, so I was like, he's kind of hit and miss for me. He's not the best in my eyes, but he's done a good job with The Stand. He's done a good job so far. So basically the show starts off, so it's a lethal weaponized strain of influenza, as I said before, known as Captain Trips. That's what they call it in the show. Captain Trips is unleashed, causing an apocalyptic pandemic that kills billions in weeks. Yet a small number of people remain immune. So we've got a guy called Harold Lauder, and the babysitter Franny. So his babysitter is someone that Harold is obsessed with in the show, even though up to the episodes I've seen, he's all over these episodes. He's like one of the main characters. He's my favorite character, by the way. Harold is my favorite character. Let's just get that out of the way now. So Franny, her family's got killed off by Captain Trips, like immediately in the episode. And Harold, he's obsessed with her, as literally as the show suggests and shows. He's peeping through their fence to see Franny at every opportunity, and you see Franny's daddy starts coughing, so you know from then the pandemic is already hit. At that point, it's already loose. And then these guys pick on Harold, his two kids, because they see him peeping through the fence to check out Franny, his ex-babysitter. And throughout this episode, you see a glimpse of Harold's life. He hates his family. His family is trash. Let's just get that right now. He's weird himself. Harold's weird himself. He's weird, quirky, all that stuff. But his family is trash. I'm gonna lie. His family is His family don't just makes your skin crawl. His family's like, I never want to have a family like that ever. I'm so glad I got the family that I have. But some people just don't. Is not that lucky. So he's literally goes to see Franny after all this pandemic hits, and he starts to take care of Franny, and they go different places. And yes, that's kind of the end of it. In that first episode, Harold takes Franny away, and they kind of go elsewhere. And there's another storyline going on with a character called Stu, who played by James Marsden. So he witnesses the death of Charles Campion, this guy who supposedly carried all this virus everywhere, because the facility that he worked at, this captain, apparently the government military was creating an influenza strain, and it got out because there was an outbreak. He got out, and he brought everything with him. He basically went to Stu's residence and where he lives. A group of his friends died, so literally it's been wiped. This plague has been wiping out so many people. It's quick. It's like bam, 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 death. Anyone you come into contact with this strain at all is dead. There's no kind of getting over it. You're dead. If you're not immune, you're dead. Simple as that. So that's what they're called, Charles Campion, Patient Zero, like in the books. So while all his friends die, as I said before, Stu discovers he is immune and is taken in by medical authorities. So they capture Stu and do experiments and tests on him, but not for very long, because this episode is very fast, very rapid fire. So the facility staff ultimately succumbs to the disease. So literally, even the people who experiment on him, they die as well. Literally, even the nurse who comes to see Stu at one point, she starts coughing, and Stu looks at her like, what the heck? Everyone is dying right now. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is just literally dying. And Redmond is aided in escaping the facility by a sympathetic general. Who is he played by? I know that general is. I can't remember his name. He's a famous actor. Spider-Man. Daily Bugle. I can never remember his name. He's such a great actor. He's like this general who's overseeing this facility, and he killed himself because he's getting sick himself because his family's dead. So months later in Boulder, Colorado, Harold, my favorite character, helps his fellow survivors bury their numerous bodies, while Stu and a very pregnant Franny are in love regardless of their difference in age. So Stu is with Franny at this point, and Harold is upset. To say the least. His favorite girl is with flipping Cyclops, bro. I feel for Harold, bro. I feel for Harold, man. But hey, I just want Harold to just break away from Franny, man. Franny is a problem, bro. I'm rooting for Harold in the show. I'm gonna lie. I've been rooting for Harold this entire show, bro. Even the stuff that he's about to do, I'm rooting for him. Call me sick. Call me sadistic. But I'm rooting for Harold this entire show. So I'm still talking about episode 1, guys. So the jealousy, Harold is scheming. Let's just say that Harold is scheming. But as the episode is progressing, as the first episode is progressing, Randall Flagg has inserted himself into this storyline. All you see is a cowboy boot step on this metal door that can't close because literally Charles Campion, the captain, he was in the base. This woman got sick while experimenting doing the flu strain, and he was like, because he was not supposed to leave that building. That building was supposed to go on full lockdown. Randall Flagg sticks his boot, stops the door, lets him out to spread the disease. So as you know from Jump, Randall Flagg, this demonic sinister entity, is pulling strings. So that's the first episode. Second episode, this is where you get introduced to Larry Underwood, the musician. So he was on the verge of success when Captain Trips hit. So he was like on his way to stardom. He's got his own problems, by the way. If you watch the second episode, he's got his own problems. He's got problems everywhere. Killing his mother and his former writing partner. It's crazy right now. So in a now largely abandoned New York City, he's literally all alone at this point. He's like a musician. This guy says he stole his music, he stole his hits, because he goes into this bar and starts to fight Larry. It's crazy, yo. It's crazy. His mum gets sick, and the thing is, I've noticed about sickness, their neck gets all big and flipping, and their mouth gets all nasty, and he slept with this woman at one point who was in the bar that he was playing at, and her nose is all green. I was like, oh, that sickness looks flipping disgusting. They did it well. Whoever did the makeup and the makeup design, flipping amazing. They're good. They deserve raise for this show, because this show is showing all kinds of sickness. So yeah, so at this point, his mum's dead. Because he literally, I think he gave his mother some like tablets or something there, because he took the drugs and that. But whew. And his former friend, his former writing partner, goes, "Yeah, you can never be famous now, because literally the pandemic hit, and it's an apocalypse world right now. No one gonna be selling records right now. You know what I mean? No one gonna be buying records. No one gonna be popular. No one gonna be famous." So yeah, in New York City, he's walking around now. His mom's gone. Everyone's gone. He meets this woman called Rita Blakemore. She's a top actress as well. She's really good. She's still hot even to this day. She is good. Ooh, she is good looking. I always had a crush on her, to be fair. The actress. So he starts a relationship with her. They go out for a bit and they decide to leave the city, because there's no one there, and the town's about to get even more disease because people are just dead, lying around, sick and spreading disease. So they get attacked. They get met by this random guy who's carrying $1 million around with him. And I was like, who the heck would take money from you? This guy is in a business suit, looking all like dapper, trying to proposition Rita. And Larry's just like, nah, I'm good, bro. We're good. So we're getting out of here. So he just shoots up. He shoots the air, pow, and then runs off. So this guy's got his 2 goons with him to try and assault Rita and kill Larry. So then they go in the sewers, and rats everywhere. And literally, Rita's like, I can't take this, bro. I can't take this. I'm coming up. I can't take this. Rats everywhere. So then Larry starts to see visions of his mum, feeling regret about how his mum died. And then they kind of survive for a little bit. And then she kills herself. Rita kills herself at this point. She can't take it anymore either. I think she was getting ill at one point. She was getting ill at one point. So then Larry's all alone again. And then after what happened after that, it was criminal Lloyd Henry Reed. So this is where the character comes in, called Lloyd. He's like a criminal. So it's like he got arrested for a botched robbery, and ends up being trapped in prison because everyone's dead in there. he's eating this inmate's leg and eating rats. But the reason why I got in there, his friend was getting sick, sneezed, shot a woman's head out, and held up his store. And then he just gets arrested. He just gets pulled up on all kind of charges. And I was like, the way they did that scene where the woman died, this guy just sneezes and just shoots her head out. I was like, it's not supposed to be a funny moment, but I was dying of laughter. I was like, it was so bad, it was funny. I was like, oh my gosh, it was just like, oh wow. He goes, oh, I got you, headshot. But yeah, so he's in prison. So this is more like a Lloyd episode, really. Lloyd and Larry episode. But like half Larry's, half Lloyd's. So Lloyd runs into Flagg, Alexander Skarsgård's character. So Flagg rocks up, winking, badge on. Has this random black effervescent stone. It starts to glow, and he turns it into a key. Uses magic, and he's kind of teasing Lloyd, saying, I'm gonna get a 3-course meal. I'm about to get a steak. You're in here chomping people's legs. Do you want to get out? Do you want to get rich and famous? So kind of entices him with that, takes him along with him. So he's one of his main recruits now. But as you see throughout these episodes, like this, even the second episode that I'm on right now, Flagg is giving people visions. He's getting visions just like Mother Abagail. She's getting to people's visions at this point. You're either on the good side, Whoopi Goldberg's character, or you're on the bad side, Alexander's character. He turns into a wolf at times, or a crow. You see a crow going. He's kind of two different kind of animals at some points. And then after that, so months later at this point, Larry arrives in Boulder alongside Nadine Cross, a child named Joe. So Nadine is Amber Heard's character, and this kid who's weird. I don't know, this kid is... I'm not into child characters anyways, child actors really, in terms of like certain shows like this, because they annoy the heck out of me. I can't stand them. There's a show called The Strain, and I was like... The son, he made me upset. Let's just get that out of the way. So I'm not a fan of child actors like that anyways, unless they're really good. So Larry discovers that Mother Abagail, the leader of the commune, has been looking for people to lead and wants him to be one of the leaders, alongside Stu and Ray. Nadine begins to have visions of Flagg beckoning to her. So Amber Heard's character, you start to see she's getting the most prominent visions from Randall Flagg. She is literally one of the right hand men of Flagg, because it looks like she's been with Flagg for years when you see the flashbacks. So that basically leads into episode 3. So as I was saying before, so as a child, Nadine uses a planchette and contacted Flagg, so it's like a Ouija board type thing, you know what I mean, to summon Flagg. She was in like a care home, so she was staying when she was a little kid. So he goes, I'm gonna make you a queen. Literally, that's his queen, you know. Nadine's his queen. So after Captain trips, Nadine discovers Joe, and the two of them run into Larry, who has been following messages left behind by Harold. So Harold's been leaving messages. So that's what happened in episode 1. He was like writing stuff down in certain parts of the town so anyone needed to go anywhere, they know where he is, or where him and Franny were. So he reluctantly brings them along with him, and he bonds with Joe. Stu encounters Franny and Harold, with the latter distrustful of him. So this is where Stu and runs into Harold for the first time. Harold and Franny. So it's kind of throughout these episodes, they kind of go back and forth between present and past. They and the past is kind of leading up to the present. So they kind of like throughout the season, it's kind of leading up to the present. Each flashback, like a couple of, that might be 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months each episode. So Stu at this point, he parts ways with Franny and Harold, and meets Glenn Bateman, the legend himself, who plays him. Who has painted Mother Abagail, so he's like a painter, and they kind of spend a little bit of time together, Glenn and Stu. So whom the two of them have had visions of. So they both had visions of Mother Abagail at that point. But Glenn doesn't really believe it. It's just like, yeah, I've been having a weird vision. I probably had like an acid trip or something. I might have been drunk. I might have been high. You know what I mean? So Glenn doesn't really believe it, but Stu does. Stu believes the visions and his destiny. So this show is all about destiny at this point. It's destiny being guided by either Mother Abagail or Randall Flagg. So they both had visions. So he drew a painting of Franny, like a massive stomach, because she's pregnant at this point. So you kind of get that throughout the episode. She's kind of taking these pills. So then you're introduced to a character called Nick Andros. Okay. Alright. So he's an interesting character. So he is the right hand man of Mother Abagail. So he's a very important character too. So just like Lloyd is to Randall Flagg, Andros is to Mother Abagail. So he's like a deaf mute temp worker. He's attacked in a bar and loses his eye. So at this point, because Flagg beckons him, and he resisted because he's having the same visions as the others of war of good and evil, and he follows more Mother Abagail's directions. And Flagg does not like that. He goes, "You're about to lose your eye. I can save you. I can save your eye." You know. So Andros was like, "Nah, fam." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Nah, fam." So Flagg was like, "Okay, for sure. Eye gone." So one of his eyes are gone. He's in this hospital, and he sees the guy who did it to him. He knocked his eye out, and he starts to help him. And then this guy just dies. And the guy dies because he's sick himself. And then later he meets this guy called Tom, a man who learned disabilities. He's kind of simple, like mentally. And Mother Abagail kind of sent him to help Andros get to her at that point. So that's the kind of end of that for the episode 3 in terms of Nick, Andros, and Tom. So months later, this is months later now, Heck Drogon escapes LA, or should not LA, Las Vegas, and ends up in Boulder, where Mother Abagail and her committee, consisting of Stu, Franny, Larry, Ray, Glenn, and Nick, learn that he's a messenger from Flagg. So he's like an Asian character. He's like in a car. He was like in a nice yellow car, and then he just fell out. He was all like, he was on a cross. Because that's what Flagg does to his people he's trying to send a message to. He just puts them on crosses. People, he just wants to like literally say, "This is my area now," putting people on crosses, or people who've crossed him or hasn't taken his deals. He just leaves them for Mother Abagail to find. So he kind of leaves them up there as a warning of his impending rise. So Nadine uses the planchette again to contact Flagg, who orders her to kill Mother Abagail and the committee by seducing Harold. So Flagg sends Amber Heard's character on a mission to find Harold and seduce him and finish the orders, finish Abagail, kill the rest of the committee, kill Mother Abagail's henchmen, as it were. So that's the end of like episode 3. So we're going to like episode 4 now. So on the road together, Harold confesses his feelings to Franny, but she rejects him. As always, he gets rejected. So they are ambushed by a serial rapist, keeping women captive. So this was intense, bro. I was like, this was intense. This guy, and I know the actor as well who plays the rapist, like who plays the sick freak, but then he just batters Harold for a bit. It's just, it's like that. He flipping chains up, flipping Franny in front of him and these other 2 girls. One of the girls, oh my god, she's called Dana in the show. Amazing actor, she's gorgeous. Oh man, what's her name again? I'm trying to remember her name. What's her name? Natalie Martinez. She's flipping gorgeous, bro. I love her. She's so underrated as an actor, so underrated, and she's never really given enough time in TV shows or even movies. She's always had like really small roles, and I'm surprised by that because she's such a great actor and she's gorgeous. Like, who wouldn't put her in their project, like long term? Who wouldn't do that? But yeah, back to the episode. He's bad as Harold. Harold's just like, he punched him at one point. He goes, "I'm gonna give you a free shot." He punches the guy. The guy just laughs at him, bro. He's like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." So no, basically how this happened in the first place, this guy pretended that he was dead, because Harold was about to write another sign on his truck. So this is how it all kicked off. So Stu and Glenn are driving up this road where Harold, Franny, and the 2 captive girls are. So having followed Harold's signs, and a firefight breaks out, because literally there's a firefight. They're trying to shoot this guy. Dana, she breaks out. She's like, goes to the girl, okay, let's take this guy out. So they can't devise a plan. And you could tell already, Dana, she usually plays tough characters anyways. Natalie Martinez, she always plays those kind of characters. So her character Dana now just batters this guy, the rapist. Bah, bah, stomps his head, kills him, crowbars him. So then Stu, Marsden's character, explains the dreams and paints to Franny, who agrees to travel to Boulder alongside a reluctant Harold, because at this point it's nightfall, they're talking, having discussions. Harold's starting to see Stu and Franny get closer, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Harold, bro, I'm sorry for you, man. I'm sorry, man, but Stu's winning, bro, he's winning. And Harold, I'm like, bro, don't worry, Harold, man. I was thinking to myself, Harold, just stay strong, bro, stay strong. Someone's for you, man. Someone's for you, bro. And then what happened after that? So Nick and Tom, so Andros and Tom are also traveling to Boulder. So everyone's going to Boulder. That's where Mother Abagail is, because this is where it's leading up to present day now. They encounter an unstable woman named Julie. This is Catherine McNamara's character, bro. She's another gorgeous character. She's flipping sexy, bro. But yeah, they run to Julie Lowry, I think it's her name. Yeah, Julie Lowry. Yeah, who kisses Nick, but begins ridiculing Tom's mental handicaps. Yeah, she goes in on Tom. She literally goes in on Tom, bro. I'm like, calling him a retard and all that. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, wow. And I hate that word. Leading a disillusioned Nick to abandon her, because he's just like, if you're gonna diss my friend Tom like that, bro, don't do it, bro. He's like, I'm out. And then she gets a shotgun and tries to flip and kill him. So she fires at that mad shotgun, and Tom literally just saves Nick's life, because he was about to get shot, bro. He was about to die. So at this point, Boulder, the committee vote to send 3 spies out, because they're conspiring about plans to go get the flag. So they send them across the mountains down to Las Vegas. And then Franny nominates Dana, because she's a savage, with whom she formed a bond, while on the street while they were about to get attacked. Larry nominates Judge Harris, the oldest member of the community, because he says, okay, she's very trustworthy, so Flagg will probably not see through that. Which she obviously will. And then Glenn nominates Tom, which was in a way very smart, when you find out later in episode 5. But we're still on episode 4, so let's finish this off first. I'm saying Nadine approaches Harold and quickly seduces him, convinces him to help her and kill Mother Abagail and the committee, which he kind of tentatively agrees. So Harold devises a plan to use avalanche and control explosives to wreck him, while taking the explosives from the outskirts of town. They are spotted by Teddy, so his friend, Teddy. Pinocchio from Once Upon a Time, bro. Anyone doesn't know who he is. So Harold's friend and partner on the body crew, she sees his friend as well, because he's the guy who Harold kind of saved from dropping in this kind of sickness place, because he was about to get sick. So Nadine, Amber Heard's character, shoots him. I was like, oh, he shot Harold's best friend. And he was just like, why, Harold? Why? And then Harold just like shocked for the entire episode. So that was the end of that episode. And the cliffhanger. Episode's called House of the Dead. So yeah, episode was called The End. Episode 2 was called Pocket Savior. Episode 3 was called Blank Page. Episode 4 was called The House of the Dead. So this was episode 5 now, Fear and Loathing in New Vegas. So this is the one, last one I watched. So episode 6 is coming out next couple of days. So yeah, let's get into episode 5. So Dana, Natalie Martinez arrives in New Vegas and plans to work her way up to meeting Flagg. So she's just like seducing Lloyd and Julie. It's funny because Julie, I don't know, she kind of swings both waves, I feel. She kind of just goes with the flow. You know? So she ends up getting favored by Lloyd, who takes her up in as an arm girl. Like, because Natalie Martinez, she looks good. You know what I'm saying? If I was lawyer, I'd be all up in that. But sorry, let's get back to on subject. So she learns that Tom is also there and gives him a note telling him to run. Yes, because she kind of goes. She kind of sees Tom. He's working as a cleanup crew. And I was like, and she was like, "Oh my days, okay, get the heck out of here, yo. This is getting dodgy, right? It's getting dodgy." Because Flagg immediately jumps up in the air, floats, talks to his people in New Vegas, and he looks directly at Dana's. He looks directly in her face on this massive Titantron, yo, and he makes it known that he knows exactly who these people are. Well, only two, as we find out. So Dana, she finally meets Flagg, who reveals that he knows why she is there and plans to let her go on the condition that she revealed who the third spy is, who's Tom. Because my theory, which I think is very true, that could be very true, is that since Tom has mental disabilities, he is very hard to read, very hard to mind read. So that's why I feel that Flagg can't sense him, which is what Glenn did when Glenn sent him down there. It's very smart because he knows just enough to the point where Flagg won't be able to interrogate him or sense what he's doing. So that was very smart on Glenn's part. So, but Dana told him to run, but I don't think he fully understood because he can't read. That's what I forgot to say earlier on. He can't read. So when she writ run on the piece of paper, he can't read it. He was like, She was like, he was like, oh my god. He was struggling. So, and then after a failed attempt to kill him, so Dana she literally stabs him one point. He wakes up. He's just pretending the whole time he's just trolling her. So Dana just literally kills herself, and I'm like, Natalie Martinez is out. Oh, my girl's out. Oh, flipping my girl's out. I was like, my favorite female character's gone already. One of my favorite actors is gone already. Natalie Martinez, she's out of there. She killed herself, literally straight glass bottle to the neck. She just ended herself because she don't expose the group. So Harold is haunted by Teddy's death, but is invited by Franny to have dinner with her and Stu. And I was like, oh my gosh, because she literally suspects that Harold's up to something, which he is, with Nadine. But yeah, she devised a plan with her and Larry. So Larry's supposed to break into Harold's house, stoop around as Franny's having dinner with Stu and Harold. But then Nadine starts becoming worried for Joe and visits Larry in an effort to sleep with him. But he is busy with the plan, so I feel that she kind of had a change of heart, I feel, at some point, Amber Heard's character. And she feels, okay, because if she sleeps with someone, technically that would negate Flagg's plan, because Flagg kept her a virgin. I feel that's what she is. I feel that she's a virgin. But it doesn't really state that in the show, but I feel that's what she is. So she kind of keeps herself for Flagg. But that's just my theory, another theory of mine. But Larry's just like, nah, bruh, like, you're different now. I'm out. I'm gonna go search this guy's house. But you can actually say that, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying. So Larry finds Nadine's shirt in Harold's house, around his suspicion, because he sees a shirt in his room. So this is next up. So the dinner is nice, but becomes awkward when Harold points out that Franny does not remember anything about their time together. Yeah, so he's just like, because she kind of looks at him with a blank face, because she's so obvious that she's up to something, because Harold works it out so quick. So Harold leaves just as Larry leaves the house. However, Harold knew about the plot thanks to surveillance cameras. So we find out that he put a surveillance camera in the room where Stu and Franny sleep together. He's got in this random bear, so he sees everything around in his house and their house. So he's got these cameras everywhere, bro. He's scouting the whole town. So Mother Abagail is upset about the committee sending spies and prays to God for advice, only to be attacked by Flagg in his wolf form. But Ray arrives to a house to discover that she has left a note saying that she left. So at this point, Mother Abigail's bounced. she's got attacked by Flagg. She bounced. So I don't know what's going on right now. We don't know. We shall see in the next episode. But right now, Mother Abagail is missing. So that's how episode 5 ended. Harold's about to go off. He knew that his chess pieces were moved. He knew someone was in the house. Larry bounced. So yeah, he's about to go off. He's about to go about to go nuclear right now. And you know, Mother Abagail is gone. So he's got full control over that town now. He's about to go in. He's about to clap them cheeks. So yeah, that's just my take on episode 1 to 5. That's the story so far. I think there's like 4 episodes left. We've got the vigil, the walk, the stand, and Cole, the Franny, and the well. So those are the last couple episodes. So yeah, tell me you guys think in the comment section down below, because the stand is very good right now. The score is really good, very subtle. But the end theme, so there are a bunch of oldies that correlate with the episodes that they're in. I love these songs as well. My mum was just singing along with them each time because me and my family watched the show together. So yeah, good songs, man. Good score, great cast, great set design because it looks very good. Makeup on point. My favorite character, Harold. My favorite female character, Dana, but she's dead now. Natalie Martinez, she's dead and she's killed off. But I still got Harold. Yeah. So yeah. So we shall see, and there's more characters coming up apparently. So the next 4 episodes, cause I know the big names are still left to come. So I don't know what the part they're gonna play in the remaining episodes, but we shall see. But remember to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, where you're gonna find your boy, Legend of Old 101. Thumbs the video up, yo. Share this video with the world. Subscribe to the channel. Become part of the movement. Bash that notification bell so I'm in your inbox all day, every day, and always, and I mean always. Put them comments in the comment section down below. Tell me you guys think about the stand and this review so far. So yeah, wherever you are out there at night, stay safe out here in these streets. It's the Legend of Old 101 signing off. Peace.